made it back to Svendborg. It's quite hard pushing a heavy bike with your left hand.
Okay, so what should I tell you?
That's the view from our overnight tonight, just looking at the cattle in the water meadows over towards the lake. And the area around here is quite clay, the soil, and there's a brickworks just up the corner, and the managing director of the brickworks back in the late 19th century built the house. And I think we're in the orchard here. There's apples, we're just having a beer, apples and pears, and just through here you can see, I'll give you a glimpse of the house. I don't want to spoil their privacy, but you can see it. Lovely, isn't it? The tower. Oh, there's two trains here. We're off to Odense, and there's the other train heading on to Svendborg. We're having an ice cream in Odense. We went to Goody Yum Yum. Got the sun in his eyes on the way back. I didn't know you could go in there.
I did, and I'm worried.
Hi there, Peter. Peter the Potter. Just pottering around in his garden. Wow, look at all these. Here we go. Peter collects pots. It's not Odense. The D is a soft. It's Odense. Yeah, the Danish don't have a. Which is why they go. Yeah. So this is our. Should we put the lights on? Oh, it's warm in here, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's our kitchen. Our sofa. The telly. Morning. Coming to Farborg. Flag. And the rich people can stay, not the rest of us. So after Drew, we went there to there. Then we went up here, Kirkby, Stenstrup. Then we took the railway line up to Odense. More back down again to Stenstrup. And this morning we went down to Stenstrup, Vesta, to Farborg, around there, Horn, Boden, Boyden. Then we go down there, Boyden, and down to Finchhav. Finchhav, we're going to go back to the campsite there. So we made it back to our campsite. There's the van. Still safe, hopefully it'll start. And we got back at what time?
4:40.
4:40, 20 to 5. So I thought before I forget, what wouldn't I take next time? I took 3 battery chargers, of which I only needed 1 battery pack. I thought the children were going to require more. I took a tripod I didn't use, so that's quite handy for the GoPro. I took another tripod, little handheld tripod I didn't use. I took too many cables because I was in a rush when we left. I just grabbed a load because I thought the kids will probably want them. We took lights, but we didn't use them, but that's just to be on the safe side. I took a long pair of trousers that I didn't use. I got a spare pair of underpants. I got a spare pair of socks. I got a spare shirt. I only broke the hoodie out today, which I could have got away with. I don't think if I was travelling in summer I would take the lightweight sleeping bag. I took a quilt because my wife does get a bit chilly, and I would just make do with the quilt because you can zip it up like a sleeping bag. What else wouldn't I take? I've got a pair of waterproof trousers that, as of last time, we didn't wear. Other than that, we've eaten our way through the food. We've got a few bits left, as you always do, just in case. We got the straps to keep the lids on there, and that's all ready for if we had any breakages to strap it up. We broke a pole on our tent, or rather I broke a pole on the tent, so that's 40 odd quid to repair that. So if anyone likes to send me some money, that would be great, or replacement pole. The kids' bike, all the bikes held up. We didn't have any punctures, which was lovely. They were all very good. So hats off to Richard at Oxford Bike Works for our bikes, and also to Sean in the village for giving a service to the kids' bikes, just to make sure that the wheel bearings and everything, he took them all apart and put new chains on and made sure we had new brakes and everything was super duper. I think I took a helmet, wore it a bit, but generally didn't wear a helmet. It's last time we're in Holland, we got very trolled by some people, mainly the Dutch, or certain elements of the Dutch, for why we're wearing helmets and being very rude. But in Denmark, helmets seem to be, I would have said, probably 60-40 people wearing helmets. Obviously, the more you're in a town, the more likely people to wear helmets. Is Denmark flat? No. If you're on a road bike, great. If you really are lightweight touring, and we're not, we're comfort touring really, you're probably okay. With a trailer, that was hard work. I mean, it's undulating countryside, so yeah, it can get a bit hard. I think I walked up a couple of hills. So what else wouldn't we take? One thing we did take I thought was good was the flat pack 5 litre water. So we had enough water overnight when we needed it. Oh, the Dutch are taking, it was them in the camper van. They've just arrived back. They've just gone and they're off, are they? Or they're going to put their... Same as us. So we're just going to put the tents up now and then have a shower and reacquaint ourselves with civilization, and then probably pop out for a pizza or some nice nosh. Well, that's our broken pole. Fortunately, I had a repair section and the ubiquitous gaffer tape, which has held us so far. So if anyone from Wild Country or Terra Nova is watching, you'd like to send us a replacement, I don't know, 8mm section, or better still, a whole new pole section. Your marvellous tents. We got the Hooley 3 Etc, which has the little bit extra bit out the front for your gear that Mr. and Mrs. Antagonist are in. And the kids are just in a straightforward Hooley 2, both of which we picked up second hand because we're not rich. So what have I got in my panniers? In this side I've got my sit mat that helps waterproof protect there. On the other side, in the gauze which is drying out, I've got the good old what are they called, Crocs. In the back I've got my wash kit and towel, and the other side I've got I don't know what I've got in there, my waterproof. In the side I've got a toolkit, and then we've got clothes in one side and tech, and then the other side I've got sleeping system. And then in the van, and here, sorry, in the trailer, you can see I use my carry mat, sleeping mat, and that not only does it protect things, stop things making a noise and bouncing around, it helps keep things waterproof. We've got the kids' sleeping mats at the back. We try and pack over the wheels, and we've got an Ortlib waterproof bag that has all our sort of communal kit for cooking of stoves and mess tins and bits and pieces. And then when you go to conferences and you walk around picking up these bags, they're really handy for just prepping it. So I know the beige one has biscuits in, the white one has all our coffee bags, hot chocolate, tea. The orange bag has what in it? I think that's bread and bits and pieces. And then the blue bag, what's in there? Porridge oats, that's breakfast bag. So, and there's our waterproof bag, our water bags, or more water bags. So we didn't really fill up the trailer. You could have put more in, but of course it's obviously heavy. And then in here is our cool bag. It's just a Sainsbury's job for about £4, and we brought some salted butter with us, which it was kept okay. So we do bring a little tiny bottle of olive oil and a little tiny bottle of washing up liquid with us as well. And for breakfast we had Danish bacon and eggs. Like I say, we brought our own mixed up porridge, and then as we're going out every day we managed to buy some milk as well. So it didn't take us long to get the old site up, and then I'm going to nip up to the reception and settle up for the next couple of nights.
I'm just going to let that cook down, reduce down.
Now we're back in civilization. Just waiting for dinner to cook. Watching Simon Bloke in the Woods on YouTube, catching up what he's been doing. Well, they're all up at the kitchen cooking dinner.
Putting this spice in as well. Yeah, that little bit of spice, that's just Moroccan.
Andy from Kent Survival.
Seasoning. It's got fenugreek and cloves and onion and garlic and cumin.
And I'm cinnamon, wrapped up like this to try and
all sorts.
stop the mosquitoes. Walk down to the fjord, swimming area. It's absolutely mill-pond calm. Look at that. It's about 9 o'clock, I think. And I'm just going to be tucking in to my pudding, which is Sainsbury's rice pudding, which is using up the last of the food. It just happened to be in the van. So that's my pudding for tonight.
Oh, maar wij zijn oud, zeg aan mij.
Pay for those.
Lavatory, we say in our family. What did you buy? What are they?
You hold that a second.
They're like,
Caramel wafers.
yeah.
Sort of.
Butter biscuits, are they? Oh, you got a hot one?
We got 2 hot ones.
2 fresh ones.
Oh, nice.
One to take home. Well, Google card class.
Ja, ik wil ga in ieder geval mee. Ik dacht, neem kind mee. Ik ben niet bij jou.
Interesting version of Frere Jacques there. It's got a bit thin around here. I don't want to drop the camera. We've just been to the art gallery. €15 that was. Well, Sunday morning breakfast time in Kampen. The stinky smell of cigarettes. The signs on the wall there. Underground. Overground, wandering free.
Has anyone seen the canal? It's quite clear.
Okay.